Title: Shadow, the Loyal Dog. In a quiet village nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, there lived a farmer named Mang Ernesto. He was a kind, elderly man who spent his days tending to his crops and caring for a few animals. But the most precious companion he had was his dog, Shadow. Shadow was no ordinary dog. He had a thick black coat, lurid eyes, and a heart as vast as the fields Mang Ernesto plowed. He had been with the farmer since he was a pup, rescued from a flood years ago. Since then, they had become inseparable. Wherever Mang Ernesto went, Shadow followed. Whether it was the rice fields, the riverbank, or the small village store, Shadow was always just a step behind. One stormy night, thunder roared across the sky and heavy rain poured down, threatening the small village. Mang Ernesto's old wooden house creaked in the wind. As he was about to shut the windows, he noticed something alarming. The river behind his land was swelling dangerously. Suddenly, a sharp howl pierced through the rain. It was Shadow. The dog was barking furiously, running back and forth between the house and the backfield. Confused but concerned, Mang Ernesto grabbed a flashlight and followed his dog. To his horror, he saw that the water had already reached the edge of the barn, where his goats and chickens were kept. The animals were panicking, but the water was rising too fast for him to rescue them alone. Without hesitation, Shadow leapt into the flooded barn. He barked, nudged, and guided the animals toward the exit. Mang Ernesto opened the gates and helped as many as he could, all while Shadow worked tirelessly, even swimming across the deeper parts to lead the frightened goats. Eventually, every animal made it out safely, but Shadow, exhausted and shivering, struggled to climb back out. Mang Ernesto waded through the cold water and lifted his dog into his arms. "You brave soul," he whispered, tears in his eyes. "You saved them all." From that night on, Shadow wasn't just a loyal dog. He became a legend in the village, known as the hero of the storm. Children would gather to hear his story, and elders would smile proudly when they saw him stroll by. But Shadow never cared for fame. All he wanted was to be by Mang Ernesto's side, as he always had been. And he was, until his final breath, years later, resting peacefully under the old mango tree, where he and his master had watched countless sunsets together. Moral: true loyalty doesn't need words. It shows up in the darkest hours, when love turns into courage.